beginnings with an airplane that hasn't changed much when it comes to look at it over the years, with lots of changes inside.
Every time I say something to you, I'll be your
It's faster, it can carry more, it can climb higher, it's just more environmentally friendly, it's quieter, and it's a joy to fly. And on board the Skyhawks parachute team, and they'll be back to get things open when they exit that airplane at precisely 11:40.
Is that the one that has the larger,
Do it safely as well. Keep a quick sunblock on and stay hydrated and healthy. You can see now the wind drift indicators drop. Watch with the ground and the air. Like ribbons in the sky, crepe paper, simulating a jumper under canopy, and the Skyhawks are on board that C-130J. They will drift, and should they drift into the crowd where you are, we ask that you stand still.
Some of our Skyhawks now just moving around those clouds. Moving into the wind now. Coming right over the static display jets that we have parked in front. Downplaning out towards the ground 55 miles an hour, then exploding apart, coming right in for their landing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, he's still going. 9, 10. Now that you've seen the Skyhawks performance from the ground, find us on social media for helmet camera photos and videos. That way you can see what the Skyhawks see. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Skyhawks Canada or hashtag Skyhawks Canada. And don't forget to tag us in any of the shots you took from today's performance. Again, that's at Skyhawks Canada. Maintenant que vous avez assisté à la présentation des Skyhawks au Here they are, your 2024 Canadian Armed Forces Parachute Team. Les voici l'équipe 2024 de parachutistes des Forces armées canadiennes, the Skyhawks.
I get it for a lot of
They'll get started. We'll get him in the air, and then we're going to celebrate the past with the present. The Aviation will be accompanied eventually by a Spitfire, a Hurricane, and a Mustang from the past. Recovering from the left now, the C-130J. Look at this game on every latest spot. Real timing on that spot. As the contest awards up, how about you give them a gift wave and thank you for their service? So you're going to see here, if they were ready to bring it back over to the other side, shut it down. And goes back towards the weapon, and you'll see the loadmaster back there too. With the loadmaster away as well as the starting of the engine begins with the CFA2.
Remember to share your favorite photos and videos using the hashtag CFAC Demo, hashtag Demos CFAC. With over 200 switches in the cockpit, a CFAT pilot can make all necessary selections using the 16 buttons on the stick and throttle. Éliminez en fait la nécessité de chercher une série de pouces pour trouver une sorte de petit chrono en phase aérienne. Tango with Lord Wild. It puts the Hornet in its fourth consecutive 9 be back. Alors que nous volons toujours sur l'Aviation. We hope that our performance here today inspires you. If you have any questions about a career, just ask anyone in uniform so we can answer your questions. Tango is now configuring his aircraft landing gear, arresting hook, and refueling. Oh, first, this is what I expected. Hey, go ahead and figure it out already. It looks like there might enter a show a little early. Let's go to the cockpit and see what's happening.
Now that's what they call it the red zone. Now the gold zone is the entire...
Hey, Sophie, it's Samuel from the cockpit. We were just playing around with you. We're only halfway done. Enjoy the rest of the show. Here we go.
The next task will demonstrate the ability of the Hornet to change direction. Tango will fly the aircraft in a high G, 360-degree turn. 0,6 tonnes de ciblage, cargo ressort est fait d'une force d'accélération 7 fois supérieure à la force de gravité. À partir du poste de pilotage, le poids de son corps atteindra presque 1500 livres. Watch for the red-hot afterburners as he performs his maneuver. Qui peut voler le plus longtemps gagnera l'avantage. Le capitaine Robert démontrera maintenant la capacité d'aigle d'attaque élevée de Hornet, approchant le centre du spectacle à basse vitesse, soit à 190 km/h. Other fighter jets can slow down, but Trenton, I've got a feeling none of them do it quite like your CF-18 Hornet. From the right, Tango at the high Alpha pass.
Coming from behind, sneak attack. So he's going to do another sneak attack. Oh yeah, here it comes.
Stand up and put your hands in the air when you Etienne Allard, Admiral Xavier Maillot. Put your hands together, Trenton, for Tango and your Air Force, the CF-18 demonstration team. At more than 1,200 kilometers per hour, fly right on the edge of the sound barrier. From the left, the high-speed path.
If they're outdoors, you can't figure it out. Yeah. That's the only reason why I can't figure out why we're...
Oh, that's probably right. One's there, this one here.
You did it. You got it. Come on.
Hey, folks, it's Tango. One last time for Porter 100.
Next and final pass will give you an opportunity to get great pictures of the top side of your Centennial demo jet. Get your cameras ready. Here he is.
One was born. He went through some changes to eventually a great collaboration with the Berlin-Royce engine. A total of 15,567 Mustangs of all types were built in the Army and the Corps and Nations in combat. 6,000 enemy aircraft were destroyed. The Hurricane takes off now. It's the Willie McKnight Canadian Car and Foundry built off the Hurricane Mark 12. Honoring Flying Officer William Lindstrom, Willie McKnight, DFC and Bar, a Canadian in the Royal Air Force, Canada's most outstanding fighter pilot in the first 18 months of the Second World War. The Rolls-Royce Spitfire Mark 9. The Rolls-Royce Berlin. Arnold Rosen, Canadian War Squadron tank aircraft more than 65 times before being shot down and killed over Normandy in 24. And the roar once again. Both our brothers dedicated to their find these Airshow community of ours become a family before it's all done, much as you have with the RCAF. So welcome to the family. Take care. Ken, good luck in the future. There are other public affairs officers stepping down now after we've gotten to know him over the years. I'm going to miss the shade that he had up here. What are you, 6'8" or 9" or something? I've enjoyed that. Breaking the wind. Well, that's not that way. But anyway, we wind blocks as you are. I enjoyed that as well. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get Caleb back on the ground. As you heard them say, around 2 o'clock, they'll be over the STEM exhibit area. Top Pilots Academy, thank you to PMO, our sponsor, for that area. As they get ready to recover them, they'll break the land. And here comes Caleb. The Mustang, the Spitfire, and the Hurricane. From the Potter selection, and Castro Connect. Breaking first, Joe, and that beautiful Hurricane is so rare. Dave Hadfield breaking right with the Spitfire. Dave Hewitt breaking out of land in the Mustang. Event posters. You can pick up a bundle of 3 for $5. Quinte International Airshow ball caps, bucket hats available at both merchandise booths, starting at about $20. Souvenir tees start at $15. Check out the Lancaster, the Snowbird flying over an 8-wing CFC Trenton. The souvenir tees, so well done. And again, as you help out here, the souvenir program today is supporting the United Way of Aviation. That's what these great community events are. Air shows are not-for-profit community events. And coming in now after breaking the land, get the thing just right. Another great look and listen to the music of these Merlins and these classic World War II aircraft. The Hurricane. The Spitfire. Flying.
Not even with the Blue Angels.
They will be back a little later this afternoon. The Canadian Warplane Heritage, very rare, Lancaster. One of a kind still flying, the only Firefly still in the air, and the B-25. What a story historically it has had with the Canadians as well. Don't forget to download the app if you want to know what's going on all around you all the time. You can check in RCAF 100, now available through the Apple App Store. And of course, if you're an Android user, you can visit the website. Continue to follow the Instagram and Facebook pages for updates. Social media team here at A-Wing doing a superb job keeping you plugged in. And don't forget the Top Pilots Academy over in the STEM.
I've heard these guys so.
Everything is ready, a few moments to go. It will be a split at the cost at 7 seconds for the finish. Grouping, the first maneuver of our program, 3, white and red, giant triangle configuration. This is the only maneuver where it's Let's go up by the book 21, and this is a great combination of the cardio and now prepare your cameras and don't miss the opportunity to take the best picture of the first amazing crossing. Fuori tutti, via by the voice of Major Oscar Del Don, the second round. Section, shaping again in edge, and the second section is the round ready to change the 5 ahead and complete the rejoin. Main formation is leaving us to the right, solo. 3 and 4. Here are 4 96 goals along the longitudinal axis performing the The rotation along the axis is performed with a twisting flight path like driving the internal of a giant barrel. It looks like just one airplane, but each airplane is moving in order to maintain the right position between the formations. Closing now as the barrel rolls. Alternation follow main formation is given the pressing rhythm to the exhibition of French and Tricolorians. Solo pilots again with another maneuver along the display line, 350 knots, white smoke, inverted flight. Roll at the display center and inverted again. It's moving the technical feature upside down flight and then to go up, staying inverted while the solo is looking for the formation across the camera. 12 seconds to fly along the 3 meters display line. Accompanied by the magic voice of Andrea Bocelli. Camera ready for the crossing. 3, 2, 1, start! And after the amazing crossing of the arc of Freccia Tricolori, once again solo pilots from the left with the highest load factor maneuver. At the top of this maneuver, ready to give once again the destination of the solo pilot. the left, another barrel roll for the 9 atoms of the main group. This time, a right-handed roll performed in an configuration increasing considerably the difficulty of the execution of this maneuver. Long about 70 meters. This was the graceful right barrel, the left. Nice edge performing this negative the first. Take a look at the right left of the final flight. This means about the complete flight force about 3 times its weight. Which is now going up with the green, white and red of the Italian flag. The solo pilot in the back nose down and then up, like the right of the nose of the information and inserts in the separation of the two sections. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the wreck of the Arizona. An historical figure of my French tricolore dedicated to amazing. This time, the war flag of the Arizona is dedicated to all of you. For an instant and then down inside this house. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tail flight of the solo of Frecce Tricolori. And now the main formation is performed in the way of one of the maneuvers, symbol of the fighter combat pilots. A giant full height in the sky with a exactly in the center. Because we want to show you what the kind of engineering can realize to put together with the pressure. First season as Frecce Tricolori solo. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to clap your hands for Major Federico De Cecco.
Volati, via. Cambi, via. Cambi, via.
Body number 2, Captain Luca Bossani, and body number 3, Captain Leo, rolling around the second weekend and again get to the original position while body 4 and 5 roll around them. One off and then up for a change of direction line and then shape down the big pyramid 4,000 feet above our heads and preparing for the most spectacular situation in our program. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the amazing fleet of the bomb. It's gonna be 9 different directions, 3 different levels of the vertical separation, so it's the most breathtaking of the show. Barrel roll that eluding with a range of just 100 kilometers per hour between stall speed and gear on speed. Color belly during the low speed Snyder turn with the idle brake extended. Less than 2 meters of distance between atoms for a flight conducted exclusively visually by the pilots of Frecce Tricolori, while from the left again the solo is coming for what is probably the most renowned figure in his repertory, synthesis of a still handed down from pilot to pilot. And into the line. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the racing flight. maestro Luciano Pavarotti. Music!
I would say these guys are a once in a lifetime.
Yeah, they're so sweet. Ready?
One more looping to say thanks to all of you. One more looping to say happy birthday, Florian. The landing runway will be the number 24, so why not reach it with one more looping, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Aw, that's so nice.
What hotel?
Lancaster, the B-25, the Spitfire, the Hurricane, the Firefly, and the Mustang. The Northern Stars aerobatic team. Long, easy flying in a whole different way from a young Canadian, a rising star in the airshow industry, as they break to land now, one after the other. And as they come by, you can give them a huge wave as they recover. And they'll head over to the other ramp on the other side, where they're servicing before they pack up and they head off to the west coast of the United States. On it goes. This 100-year celebration. One by one now, these jets will recover. If you're just getting here, safety reminders. The only designated smoking area is behind the grandstands where the cans are, so you can safely extinguish your smokes. That's it. And of course, no drones. Stay hydrated. Good chance right now to get rehydrated. Reapply that sunblock, as that slows dehydration down. Going home happy and healthy is what it's all about. If you need medical assistance, seek a volunteer. A uniform will get you the help you need right away. Plenty on hand. And stay on the correct side of the fences, so we have to stop the show, and nobody wants to do that. Have a great time. It helps with the garbage. It helps the volunteers get home a little earlier tonight. It keeps the airport safe from debris getting in the intakes. It also keeps the birds away, so please don't feed the birds. We want to keep them away, safely away from the airport. Their safety and safety of our French street below. Proper RCAF designation is CC1177. Maximum power and off she goes. The CC117 Flowmaster 3. maintenance station. Advanced cargo, half the size of current aircraft. Only 3 crew members are required to fly the C-17. The aircraft's advanced design allows it to accomplish its entire mission with this minimum crew. As the aircraft approaches show center at high speed, you will see how quiet, hear how quiet this aircraft is. A tactical advantage while flying low over hostile territory. And it's also more environmentally friendly, too. The high-speed pass of the CC-117 Globemaster 3.
That's not why we go to Airshow.
Yes, very, very quiet.
Large aircraft such as the C-5 Galaxy with the short runway capability of the much smaller C-130 Hercules. It can routinely land on runways of only 3,500 feet long. Drag, increased fuel economy, all things overcome to help this airplane move into the future. Watch now as the aircraft approaches us and consider that with full cargo on, we are talking an aircraft flying with fuel of over 500,000 pounds. That is one big airplane. Right now, it's going to come by very slowly. The landing gear is out, the flaps are down, the slats are down, as slow as it is, so that you can not only see, but also hear its size. This is one big airplane. It's even going to sound heavy in the slow speed pass as it seemingly floats by. Consider capable of 500,000 pounds of lift. Ladies and gentlemen, you like it big and chunky, you gotta love this.
Big and chunky.
When they played this yesterday, I was like, yeah, they played this yesterday. I was like, what?
But I heard him going on about liking it.
Yeah, yeah.
Commercial wide-body aircraft. In fact, the C-17 has made short-field landings in Bosnia, Albania, Iraq, Afghanistan, Haiti, El Salvador, and many other countries while boasting an impressive reliability rate. The C-17 you see flying today weighs almost 340,000 pounds, 200,000 kilograms. On final, its speed is approximately 120 miles an hour, 200 kilometers per hour. Enjoy that slow speed pass. Now, let's watch the maneuverability of this incredible aircraft. It can turn on a dime, and again, the pilot uses control sticks just like in the fighters. Watch now, the series of maneuvers now, the C-17. All up to the runway and slowly descend. And once all of that rubber impacts onto the runway, listen to the reverse thrust as they slow this huge jet down. CC-117, low factor Royal Canadian Air Force,
Oh, I intend to watch it.
based right here at Trenton.
Yes.
Already used up an awful lot of the runway, that's confidence. This amazing design in aircraft. Whoa! Reverse thrust is on now, the flaps down slowly. Specials, 3 of them in formation flying. Once again, there's the crew. They're going to take a wave. Give them a huge wave. They can see you right now. They're all looking, folks. Get your hands in the air. That's a great thank you for their service and an outstanding demonstration. For the biggest and smallest of the aircraft today, certainly not any less impressive. Northern Star's aero team made up of former RCAF pilots. 2 of them flew with the Snowbirds, and the third one, Todd Farrell, is from this area. Flew the aircraft you see taxiing to the left, C-17 pilot. And I think you're really going to enjoy what you're about to see with these colorful formation aerobatics. Because this is just the beginning. Northern Star Aero Team, and they Viper. The delta winds that are behind the system, impressive range of 1,000 nautical miles, cruising at 175 knots, 1 mile per hour. Notice the constant going down. Down from Alberta, down to Kyle Fowler, flying straight from Arizona. It's a backwards airplane.
And a beautiful topside pass. I've been talking about how impressive the safety is and the fact that this airplane lights up and thank you, my friend. But get close to what's trying to continue to land. It's about that time. It's time for me to come around. Yes, it's the great the aircraft with original aluminum seats. More complaint, seats on light. It's a really weird concept. But a good one, my friend. We've got the F-16 taxiing by, so it's a little hard to hear you. But once you get on the ground, we'll talk to you again. All right, I'll be talking with you all the way through.
Master Sergeant Thomas is up here too. The F-16 Viper demonstration team. Technical Sergeant Joshua.
Multi-role fighter, F-16 Fighting Falcon, affectionately known as the Viper.
I didn't like our new one for the education.
The commander and pilot for the Viper demonstration team is Captain Taylor Heaster, call sign FEMA, of Robsonia, Pennsylvania. Captain Heaster joined the Air Force in 2015 after graduating from Penn State University. He has been flying the F-16 since 2018 and serves as a combat-ready instructor pilot. The Block 50 Viper you'll see in today's demonstration is equipped with a General Electric F-129 afterburning turbofan jet engine. Ladies and gentlemen, stand up and put your hands together for Captain Heaster of the F-16 Fighting Falcon! Captain Heaster will accelerate rapidly and snap the F-16 through a series of aileron rolls, demonstrating how virtual roll maneuverability. In from your left, FEMA and the triple roll. of the airplane, but of the fighter pilot as well. FEMA will apply full at-stick and turn the aircraft around in less than 3,000 feet while being pressed into the seat at 9 times the force of gravity. Causing briefly in each 90-degree increment. In from the left, the F-16 in the 4-point roll. As he approaches, you'll listening for a maneuver which will demonstrate the F-16's ability to turn tight and stay unpredictable. Take straight, which helps the Viper survive against low-altitude threats. It will then quickly transition from horizontal flight into the vertical. Ladies and gentlemen, from your left, it's the Falcon turn. To prepare for a slow speed, high alpha trust to weight ratio. The F-16 and the knife edge pass. Sets up for a maximum performance time with a series of aileron rolls. As he pulls back on the stick, you'll see the Viper's exceptional power and rolling ability as he sends it from 300 feet to over 3 miles. Let's make our escape, come on, let's go back. Let's ask our escape. The F-16 Viper demonstration team proudly presents the dedicated pass. Cup of brown liquor, cup of buddies and a band, singing and singing damn songs like I am now. There's one, there's two. Everybody give them a big wave. 3 and 4. From the right. He turns into the downwind leg of the landing pattern. Fighting Falcons is applying new technologies and capabilities never before employed on a fighter.
Well, that was pretty boss.
As proud members of an all-volunteer Air Force, we hope our performance has inspired you to serve your country alongside the professional men and women you see here in action today, either flying in the cockpit of an F-16 or on the ground guaranteeing its readiness to fight. On behalf of the United States Air Force, the Commander of Air Combat Command, General Ken Wilcox, and all the men and women of Air Combat Command, thank you for your attendance, thank you for your patriotism, and thank you for your support. And it's back over to you, Rick.
Always so impressive. 50 years. I mean, you can't even wrap your head around that. The jet looks so modern. Referred to those who have flown it as the Ferrari of fighter jets. The F-16, 50 years. Celebrated in the paint scheme that IF-16 was. He's been doing a great, outstanding job of flying that, and we have so much more flying to come. Very special stuff in just a moment. Give away to Tima as he taxis in, though, in the F-16. Still to come, our RCAF 100 commemorative flyby and the Snowbirds. One of only two still playing the world today. Let's listen to the music of the Merlin and the Mustang, Hurricane, then the Spitfire, and then the Mustang, the great fighters of World War II. The Battle of France. It was lost in an enemy engagement January 1941, early in the war, over the English Channel. No known grave. But Knight Boulevard in Calgary is named in his honor. And of course this aircraft, so that we never forget this fine Canadian and the sacrifice he made.
They put the fuel tanks
The
under
Roseland
the CF-18s.
Supermarine Spitfire.
As they're flying.
Tribute to Arnold Roseland, the Canadian who flew in 442 Squadron, Y2K aircraft more than 65 times before being shot down and killed over Normandy in 1944.
Yep.
We will never forget. Through the Potter Aircraft Collection, dedicated to aircraft, keeping them flying. Mustang, as loud as it was with one Merlin engine. Listen now as the Mynarski Memorial Lancaster takes off with the roar of 4 Merlins. Firefly flying. First of 3 that remain flying today, the other in the UK. B-25 of the Firefly, the Canadian Warplane Heritage Foundation. See you. They're coming back again. And now the Lancaster in tight and going to lift one of the wings up so you get a topside view too in a spectacular photo pass. Followed by the B-25 and the Firefly. Serving the RCAF between 1944 and 1962.
Oh, there they are.
And in these clouds, separating the way they do, I'm sure we're going to see a high show. For the snowbirds, as they get ready to wrap things up for us, complete our centennial celebrations here at the Quinte International Airshow.
Yeah. Although when they do the low shows, they do more like
Thanks to our premier sponsor, Jimmy Lang of Scotia Wealth Management, platinum sponsor of our whole city, city of Quinte West. Over your right shoulder now, here comes the Mynarski Memorial Land, the B-25J and the Firefly of the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum in Hamilton. All we have on the answering machine recordings or our phones is the sound of the Merlin engines from inside the cockpit. And I'll never erase it. The music of their Merlin, the Lancaster, the B-25, and the Firefly breaking the land. great veteran with us. And these passengers remember those of home. Never forget. Darcy, Ford, Lancaster. P-25 Firefly now. Setting up to break to land. All of this history behind them, in this centennial year, what a shot. Hashtag QIAS 2024, hashtag RCAF100. Please share your videos. Your videos.
Back to the car. I might just look over there to see if they have any of the last two are still there. Do they have posters?
There's the Lancaster now right behind the snow.
I want to see if I can get them autographed posters.
Their history, 431 Squadron, shares, of course, the iconic Lancaster history as well, so it's very fitting. Dave and the rest of the crew, the Canadian War Museum in Hamilton, taxi. Lancaster bird, a rare opportunity to see and hear it fly. One of only two still flying in the world today, the only one on this side of the pond. So many Canadians served. Taxiing back over to the other side.
11 pilots, 10 aircraft technicians, and our public affairs officer, Captain Phil Wershon from Ottawa, Ontario. Captain Wershon wants to share your photos with the world. Follow us and tag us in your posts at CM Snowbirds on Instagram, Facebook, and X. My name is Captain Edward Troy, also known as Snowbird 10, and I'll be your narrator today. Prior to joining the Snowbirds, I was a standard pilot on the CT-156 Harbor 2, and as a civilian pilot, I've flown and performed in a variety of History aircraft, including the original Harbor that's on display here from the 1940s. I bring over 2,500 hours of flying experience to the team and more than 50 different aircraft types.
Les Snowbirds sont tous des membres des Forces armées canadiennes. Et l'équipe du spectacle est composée de 11 pilotes, 10 techniciens et techniciennes d'aéronefs. Et notre officier des affaires publiques, le capitaine Phil Rochon, originaire d'Ottawa en Ontario. Le capitaine Rochon veut partager vos photos avec le monde.
pilots Claudius to ensure that both are ready for the show. And if you look closely over the control tower, you should see the smoke trails here in just a moment. Au Snowbird des Forces canadiennes 2024. And Albert from London, Ontario. He's a former Harvard 2 instructor and flying in the outer right wing position brings over 1,600 hours of flying experience to the team. The outer left wing position is Snowbird 7, Captain Dominic Avalone from Winnipeg, Manitoba. He's a former Harvard 2 instructor pilot and brings over 2,200 hours of ejection seat experience to our team. Smooth and accurate flying.
It's a beautiful photo.
And now look straight ahead as the team sets up to honor 100 years of the Royal Canadian Air Force with the Centennial Split.
Worry about it in the morning.
Aviation, they're once again into aero formation before returning for a bottom side pass. At the tail end of our formation, cool, calm, and collected, is our second line of stern pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our aircraft had a minor technical problem.
Yeah, no kidding.
Geez, I hate to spend that money. The problem obviously is with the solar.
Shut the ship down.
Bringing the noise. Oh, baby, we bringing our toys. Separate me from the boys. Tell them we should be on the boys. We gon' ride out.
Wow. Emergency landing. Ooh, soft landing. Really wobbly. close. Amazing photo. Oh yeah, there's a train.
Back to you, Rick.
Thank you. Thank you, Snowbirds. Let's hear it for the Snowbirds, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!